Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. As we head towards kickoff, two quarterbacks will be on the field today trying to push their team to victory. It's Mitchell Trubisky's Bears going up against Deshaun Watson's Texans.
Thank you very much, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL. The National Football League is here and on the air. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with the Chicago Bears. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
What's left? What's left? Come on, let's hit!
On first down, it's Watson. And he's got him over the middle. Fedorowicz. The completion good.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Anticipation is mounting for today's game, and we've got two quarterbacks looking to make an impact. It's the Seahawks going up against the Browns.
Thank you, Larry. From the shores of Lake Erie, EA Sports has coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. On the ground, this is Isaiah Crowell, and he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. They'll throw here. Kaiser. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. There he goes, right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Seth DeValve, 71 yards. And the Browns have taken the early lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
19. Double up. He's coming, double up. Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike.
They'll toss it out to Carson. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Check. Way to go, defense. Way to go. Sight. Green 80.
On 2nd down, Wilson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to be run over. Hit hard as he'll be marked down. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Tight end right. Gun. 4 down.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Throw left side complete. It's Richardson. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Hey, boys, we got 4 down.
On 1st down, Wilson. Flushed out right. And some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Called fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Let's go.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. Wilson and the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on 4th.
4 down.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And he finds Jimmy Graham. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Grenading. We got 4.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10.
Tight end to the right, boys. Tight end to the right. Move. Hey, easy. Check 51.
They go read option with Wilson. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
Throwing is Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks are now just an extra point away from moving out in front. And his kick is good. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. This is fielded at the goal line. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Charles, earlier we talked a lot about Russell Wilson, what a great job he did last year in 2017 as Seattle's offense is working their way back onto the field. But they're probably going to need to find a running game to alleviate some of that pressure on Wilson, right?
Yeah, you think? I mean, my goodness, when you take a look at what Russell Wilson did, he more than doubled the rushing yardage of Mike Davis, who finished second. And Mike Davis didn't begin the year on Seattle's roster. They went through a number of runners this season, none of them that fit and really hit. Chris Carson, they thought was going to be the guy. He got hurt early in the year, but they definitely have to find a running game and get back to playing that Seattle football of run first and let Russell Wilson take over from there.
They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats, but really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step.
Blue 15. 4 down.
They go play action with Wilson. Steps away to his left. Looking for Baldwin, intercepted. Picked off by Jamar Taylor. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Browns offensively getting ready to take the field again. If you take a step back, Charles, last 2 years for the Browns, 1-31, worst 2-year stretch in the 98-year history of the NFL. Everybody knows that story. And the playoff drought at 14 years. Where does this franchise turn?
It's one of the great questions because I was on the record last spring that their draft looked about as professional a draft as you could have. 3 first-rounders. All of them became starters for them when you think about it. Myles Garrett at defensive end, Jabril Peppers at defensive back, and David Njoku at tight end. All of them contributed. it looked like they were making progress. They've just simply forgotten how to win as an organization.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Mike Bennett in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Kaiser and the offense staying put. They're going for it.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right. Let's go.
On 4th down, they snap it to Kaiser. Now this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether he'd had a sophomore slump the season before. Didn't even get to 1,000 yards. Was a dominant force in 2017. How about his teammate Aaron Donald on the defensive side? He took home Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, very impressive. They had both sides of the ball. Sean McVay deserving, I think you would agree, of Coach of the Year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what he did for the Rams when they went from last in the league in scoring to leading the league in scoring and winning a division title. And how about the New Orleans Saints? Rookie of the Year, offense and defense. Alvin Kamara on offense, Marshawn Lattimore on defense.
It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
They'll try to run with Carson, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there, taking it in. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. On the return, Jabril Peppers. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So the football switching hands here in just a second. And, you know, Tom Brady, just to go off on a tangent for a second, may have lost the Super Bowl, but 3rd MVP this past season, and what he did at age 40, really something, right, Charles?
Absolutely phenomenal. Ended up beating out Todd Gurley, the running back for the Los Angeles Rams, but he would have traded it for a Super Bowl win, don't you think? How about this? The last 9 NFL MVPs to play in the Super Bowl that same season, 0-9.
Yeah.
We go all the way back to Kurt Warner in, 1999, where he won the double?
We were going over that stat earlier. That is hard to believe.
But he would have been the MVP had the Patriots pulled that one out.
Yeah, he still has 5 rings, though. 5 Super Bowl titles for Brady.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, Kaiser. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And I think the ball's out. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Seth DeValve with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Browns move back within a couple of the lead.
Let's go.
From the shotgun, it's Kaiser, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5, and he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back at the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a big way. And how about Nick Foles? The backup quarterback turned MVP, 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and, of course, the big one receiving on the Philly special.
Quite a story. And as you and I were talking about off air, it was just a fluid game. Not a lot of penalties, just really clean play.
Exactly the type of game the NFL needed for the audiences at home watching the game and, of course, people in attendance. A really well-played game.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. And the offense still has a couple plays to go to pick up the first on 2nd down and 3.
Move. Tight. Green 80. 4 down.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Buying time to his left. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And he is out of bounds, just a yard or two shy of the 30. So we've hit intermission. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back.
Tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments.
Check 3.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson, and he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Play action. It's Wilson. And his throw here's incomplete. The tight end, Luke Wilson, was the target. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
On 3rd down, Wilson. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th. On is the punter, Ryan, to send this one away. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Isaiah Crowell, he's all alone. And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. Isaiah Crowell, 60 yards, and the Browns have taken the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Let's go!
Crowell's going to try and run for it. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Gonzalez now to kick this one away.
Hey. We got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down.
This will be taken very short. And a nice job there on special teams as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Tight ends left. Tight ends left.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. And the Seahawks on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Hey, 0, 0. Squeeze, double.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Flush to his right. Complete. Richardson has it. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Even. 4 down. Even.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
Whoosh.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out. The backs.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Green 80.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 35 yards. And the Seahawks have taken the lead here in the 4th. And he's able to put it through. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. And the Browns getting set to go.
Single receiver. single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single
Kaiser now to throw on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. Fresh set of downs here.
We got 4. Let's go, fellas. We got 4 down. Let's go. Come on!
Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4.
4 down.
Now Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete.
While we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore, I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Watch 88. Move 15. Rip left. Out.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's got Lockett. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. It'll be a gain of 6. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. And at this stage of the game, time a factor, time on their side as they just try to eke out the final precious moments of this one.
53 power. 53.
They run it with Carson, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Now Wilson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Myles Garrett with a big-time sack on 3rd down, and it'll be a loss of 7. Now, the offense not going anywhere. They're staying out there. They've converted once already on this drive. Here they go again on fourth down.
Gotta go, in and out. Let's go.
Throwing now is Wilson. And no, it's incomplete. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And this Browns defense stands tall. So they'd converted their first 2 fourth-down attempts, not there. Now they're 2 for 3.
You think maybe the offense coordinator expended a little capital on that one? You know, when you're 2 for 2, you can lobby for that third one, right? Didn't get it there. Maybe now the head coach might not be so eager to go for it as we go forward.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
He's back to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
Well, going